Good morning, Standard 7. Now, Chapter 4, the Delhi Sultanate, and we are doing Muhammad bin Tughlaq, his policies. Today, we will be doing token currency and his expansionist policy. These two policies are the last. We will be completing Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So, token currency. He introduced token currency. Muhammad bin Tughlaq introduced token currency. But what is this token currency? Why he introduced a new currency? This token, because there was a worldwide shortage of silver coin. So he introduced brass and copper coin. What metal? Brass and copper coin, because there was worldwide shortage of silver coin. So this was introduced in 1329 AD by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So due to shortage of silver coin throughout the whole world, he introduced brass and copper coin. Very prodigious. But you see how it turned into the other manner. He gave same value to this brass and copper coin. He gave same value and people could exchange this brass coin and copper coin from the royal treasury for silver coin. Means they can take silver coin in exchange of brass and copper coin. And from where? From a royal treasury. Next, design of coin, brass and copper coin, was so simple that ordinary people started bringing brass and copper. Ordinary craftsmen, they started bringing this brass and copper and started minting this copper and brass coin in their home only. What happened? Suddenly there was in the market, there was forged coins, the brass and copper forged coins in the market. Merchants, they refused, the foreign merchants, they refused to take this brass and copper coins. Okay? And here, people brought brass and copper and started minting coins at home. Forged coins in the market, merchants refused. Finally, what he had to do? He had to exchange all the brass and the copper coin from the royal treasury and give silver coin. So here what happened? The royal treasury became empty. Okay, so this was the token currency. Next we have expansionist policy. His expansionist policy. He had a plan to conquer Karachil and Khorasan. Okay, remember these two places? He wanted to conquer which two places? Karachil and Khorasan. Now, to conquer this Karachil, to secure north frontier. Why he wanted to conquer Karachil? To secure, to safeguard north frontier. So he sent his army to Kangra region. Today it is in Himachal Pradesh, Kangra region. The present name of this place is Kangra only. It is in Himachal. And proceeded towards Tibet, very cold place. What happened? In Tibet, his army suffered heavy casualty. So here, failure. Karachil expedition was a complete failure. Next we have Khorasan expedition. He wanted to expand his empire in Central Asia. So he wanted to conquer Khorasan. Okay. What happened? Soon he abandoned his plan. Okay, they gave up his plan, thinking the difficulties the army would have to face in a foreign land. So why he abandoned his plan to conquer Khorasan? Difficulty the army will face in the foreign land. But here also loss of money, loss of property, because in order to capture Khorasan, he had made a very big army, huge army. Okay, to capture this, he had to have a huge army. So he already had a huge army. He had purchased weapons for war. Okay, and other war supplies. So lot of expenditure you can see here. Okay, why? Because he wanted to capture Khorasan and he wanted to expand his empire in Central Asia. But then he abandoned because his army would face difficulty in a foreign land. But to capture Khorasan, he already had prepared a huge army. Weapons were purchased, war supplies were purchased, and above all, 1 year advance salary was paid to the soldiers. So here also again you see that loss of property, loss of money. So because of his policies, which you have studied earlier also, because of his policies, and then token currency and then expansionist policy, the other policies also, he became unpopular among the people. He became unpopular among the nobles. Okay, so here you can see the revolt started. And slowly Tughlaq dynasty became weak. But soon it was taken by his cousin Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Soon it was taken by his cousin Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Now I was talking about after Muhammad bin Tughlaq, his cousin, he took the throne and he realized that Muhammad bin Tughlaq was unable to consolidate his position. He became unpopular due to his policies. Okay, so he was not so popular among the ulemas and the nobles. Now what Firoz Shah Tughlaq did? Firoz Shah Tughlaq, to win the support of the ulemas and nobles, he wanted to win the support of the ulemas and the nobles. To win the support of the nobles, he gave them iktas. Iktas means the land, and that also hereditary. Just to make them happy. Then same manner, the ulemas, he imposed the Islamic rule as well as imposed a tax jizya on non-Muslims. So this was to win the support of the ulemas. So he gave iktas, hereditary iktas to the nobles and imposed Islamic rule and imposed jizya on the non-Muslims to win the support of the nobles and ulemas. He was a reformer king. Now, why we say he was a reformer king? Lot of facilities were provided by him, like he built hospitals, rest houses, canals, tanks, wells, etc. This was the work to win the support of the people. This was mainly okay. So here hospitals were built, rest houses were built, canals were built, tanks were built. As a reformer king, he did this. Even he had a new towns. He had a new towns. Not built, he had a new towns. Okay, new towns were built. Jaunpur, Firozpur, Firozabad and Hisar. So you have to remember, name the new towns built by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. So Jaunpur, Firozpur, Firozabad and Hisar. Old capital of Tughlaqabad was renamed Firoz Shah Kotla. Okay, old capital of Tughlaqabad was renamed Firoz Shah Kotla. So here you have to remember only so much about Firoz Shah. I hope you have understood. Please learn token currency, expansionist policy and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Thank you.